So, hi everyone, thanks for coming today. And our program is called Enhanced DOE EPPS to Sustainability Business Network Growth. And we want to get a clear and easy to use program material for DOE. And here is today's roadmap. We will have the 8 part. And next is I'm Hanling.
I'm Michael.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Megan.
And I'm Edward. Now, before we dive into our research and recommendations, we just want to give a brief overview of the Sustainable Business Network, which is an initiative under the Sustainable Business Program, which is housed under the DOE's Urban Sustainability Administration. And this initiative was designed to help the DOE help businesses in the district on their sustainability journey. So that the DOE would report with these businesses and record information and data on these environmental metrics, as you can see here, which include energy usage, water management, as well as waste management. Now, financial funding constraints and staffing issues have made it hard for the program to realize and capture the many benefits that are listed on the DOE website. And so our team is designing a recommendations plan in order to help maximize these benefits. And now there are currently about 30 registered businesses that mostly found the program through word of mouth and through the district sustainability awards. And the first step in developing our recommendations was to interview current members.
Right, so as Ed mentioned, we needed to figure out what was working well for members of the program and what was not working well for members of the program. So we met with a variety of different enrolled members kind of across segments. We met with people from a range of industries, ranging from a dentist to an architecture studio to kind of a one-person online startup. And what we found was that most of these enrolled businesses were already conducting sustainable activities prior to joining the program. The program wasn't encouraging them to become more sustainable, but was a reflection of their kind of pre-existing sustainability ethos. We also found that these enrolled businesses were somewhat frustrated with the lack of communication to this point, and they were offering kind of solutions on their end. They wanted to share their knowledge and expertise, and they had things to offer to the program. Beyond the enrolled businesses, we also conducted interviews with a variety of comparable programs across the country, including California, which was kind of the blueprint for all of the other state and local programs. They developed a software that Meg's going to talk a little bit more about later. We also spoke with the Colorado Green Business Program, the Illinois Green Business Program, and got some takeaways from them to learn more about things that could be applied here in DC.
So we also recognize the importance of understanding DC's sustainability landscape. Because of that, we met with the DC Sustainable Energy Utility, who offers businesses cost and energy savings through rebates. They launched originally with door-to-door outreach to engage with small and local businesses, and any business based in DC is eligible for DCSU technical assistance. Next, we met with Destination DC, who has their Sustainability District program. This program was initially offered to the hospitality industry and was modeled after international programs with a simple yes or no entry form. The current requirements are based on existing sustainability standards that fall under 6 categories. And next we will go to...
So taking the feedback that we received from these interviews, we updated the current software called QuickBase, which houses the registration form. Some of our key edits included adding multiple pages. Our key piece of feedback we were receiving was that it just was too long. So separating it into multiple pages helped with the overall shock factor of opening the form, and also having the categories have subsequent questions so that the businesses are only seeing those questions if they're interested in reporting on those types of activities within the category. We also updated the internet materials to include a shared inbox so that not only one individual is responsible for the technical assistance, as well as adding an estimated length of time so individuals looking to join the program had a better understanding of the resources needed. This is an example of an edit. So as you can see on this screen, the current questionnaire doesn't explicitly state that they want quantitative information. So we recommend increasing the instructions to encourage people to report quantitative information for that initial baseline for those conversations with DOEE, and give them information like we would like an invoice or an electricity statement to help create that baseline. And then another key edit was adding an additional section at the end. So as Michael just mentioned, the types of industries that are a part of this program are very wide and very encompassing. So we added an additional section for them to add any other activities that they weren't able to report on before, so we can celebrate those successes as well, even if they are industry specific. And finally, looking forward, we looked into potential software that would further improve user experience. So we looked into SurveyMonkey, Salesforce, and the GreenBiz Tracker. We ended up recommending the GreenBiz Tracker, again, if funding allows, because it has that ready-to-go framework developed by the California Comparable Program that DOEE can just implement and then start collecting that data for their program.
So another one of our recommendations is to the core structure of the SBN, and that's through the implementation of a tiered system. So when comparing the current system to a tiered system, we can see that there's currently a low barrier for entry for all businesses, meaning that it's hard to differentiate between businesses that are truly being sustainable versus those who just want their name listed on the registry. But the tiered system addresses that by still allowing businesses to join with the low barriers to entry, but can now differentiate between businesses that are truly being sustainable versus those who have just joined the network. There's currently a lack of compliance checks, check-ins, and metrics reporting, but we hope that through the tiered system, it will increase the business transparency and require all of these metrics reportings. Finally, there are currently no incentives for businesses to improve their sustainability practices, but through the implementation of the tiered system, the increased benefits in the above tiers will incentivize businesses to increase and improve their sustainable practices. So this is a draft of our tier system. You can see the 3 tiers here, with the lowest tier being referred to as the Sustainable Business Roundtable, where businesses are expected to meet 5 sustainable activities. The next mid-level tier is the Sustainable Business Goal level, where businesses should comply with 15 sustainable activities. And finally, the Sustainable Business Platinum tier, which is our top-level tier, where businesses should be expected to comply with 25 sustainable activities.
So a key takeaway from the member interviews that were conducted was that there is currently no consistent communication between the DOEE and registered members, and that provides a lack of opportunity for the DOE to share its resources and track information on these businesses' sustainability journey. So our team developed a set of recommendations on communication channels that can be improved or implemented at virtually zero cost. And so here are some of the recommended channels here, but in addition to this, we developed an outreach initial flow or recommended schedule for increasing engagement with registered businesses post-registration. And so in addition to this initial outreach flow, we do recognize that communication requires a lot of time. It requires a lot of resources, and it could be a lot of funding constraints as well. And so in addition to this initial outreach flow, we developed a toolkit that DOE staff can use that essentially has template messages, call scripts that can be used and replicated across businesses by DOE staff to streamline engagement. And then lastly, the webpage serves as the main interface for registered businesses, potential new ones, and the DOE in sharing information about the program and its resources. And so our team developed a set of recommendations that would help streamline the text, improve readability, as well as incorporate more resources and links to the DOE web pages to improve or increase time spent on the website. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, and now we'll dive into how the DOE can possibly get more funding as well as grow the program through some SOPs.
So we create a clear SOP to solve the old program, have no SOPs problem. And also we have the 2 versions for the SOP. The first one is for internal, the other one is for external. So everyone can get to know what's the next step. And also for the internal SOP, we have the clear 8 step, which is review, verify, confirm, welcome, and orientation, and engage, and assess, and also the last one is providing. And for the external journey, they have the same step to match this at step. And for the entry gate, every member need to have the 5 practice for the forces, and they need to sign the compliance. And also we will use the QuickBase and the toolkit to keep the data, like the email, like the KPL, to the at the one place. And also, we have this expand project. It shows how to grow up for a single person to the whole unit. So right now, the current stage is they just have 1 manager and maybe some student intern. They can run all the 8 stage. And we have this project is like for we just need to add the people in, and we don't need to change all the process. And also that will save a lot of training times. Just for example, if we have a lot of data, we will add a coach. And if we have a lot of the communication, like we need to get many of the promoters, so we will add a communication support, and also we will add maybe some staff support from maybe the peak of the entry, like many people want to apply the program, and also maybe some students want to get intern, then they can be the support people. Yeah, and next we will jump into the funding resource.
Awesome. So to wrap things up, we've talked about a lot of different recommendations. You might be wondering, how in the world are we going to pay for all this? So we did come up with a list of potential funding resources. Obviously, the funding environment, especially in the federal government, is very unstable right now, but we did compile a list of key federal grants that they could consider pursuing. There's also potential for increased university partnerships, both with Georgetown and with other DC universities. We are free labor, essentially, so they could amplify more of that. They could also consider charging member dues as the program expands and becomes more well-established. And finally, consider entirely restructuring the program to move out from a government arm and function as a standalone nonprofit.
And for our final kind of deliverable to our client, we provided a resources toolkit for ongoing implementation that covers the items that are on the board, including the SOPs that Hanlin mentioned, as well as the communication templates that Ed also mentioned earlier in the presentation. So thank you guys all for coming.